Here's why most agents suck at building a team. There are three main reasons that are going to be hurdles for most agents as they're trying to figure this out. I think the number one thing is your purpose. Why are you doing this? Do you have a purpose behind what you're doing? Is it because you want to sell less houses and make more money? That's number one failure. That is probably one of the biggest misconceptions in this business is I'm just going to start a team. I'm immediately going to work less, make more. Life is going to be great. I'm going to make money off of other people's work and sit at home. If you're not ready to marry this job, like any job, for years, don't start a team. That is not how it works. I started a team 5, maybe 6 years ago now. We've grown, we've had better years and not so great years, and we've grown and we've shrunken, and we're on a growth trajectory right now. We average over $50 million in sales a year. We have, at this point, I think we've got about 26 agents on the team, 4 signing on right now. So we're growing, we're doing great things, but it's not always been easy. As a matter of fact, it's more often been hard than it has been easy. We have had years where we were mostly in the red. I think we actually finished a little in the black, but we were mostly in the red. That's not counting my own sales. We had years where my own sales carried the team. Now, there weren't many years like that. There was a year like that, but it was rough. It's not always easy going like everyone thinks that it is. And I think that's where your purpose really comes into play. If you are doing this for quick money, in a good market, maybe it can be quick money. But when that market shifts, there are going to be holes in the boat that you're going to find, and it's either going to sink or you're going to paddle, 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 and figure out a way to keep that thing afloat if you have the right purpose. If your purpose is selfish, it will likely go under. For us, it absolutely was about maximizing my day, having more time for my family, being able to vacation more and to do things like that. Not just the money. Yes, of course the money is great, but if I could continue to make that money and even more while working less, that is the huge, huge goal for me. That is something that I think keeps things into perspective, and that's something that kept me driving through those tough years, because I knew if I gave up in those times that I would be selling homes for the rest of my life. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy what I do. It drives me crazy. It's almost a trend right now for team leaders to brag about being out of the industry or out of production. I mean, if you hate the business so much, why are you in it? But I mean, I get it. It's great. You can be a business owner and run a team in real estate and not sell houses. I understand that. And it's not, it's a pain. Don't get me wrong. We're doing it for 18 years. There are plenty of times I'm wrapping up a deal right now I wish I hadn't worked in the first place. It's a frustrating business. I get it. But I really, truly do enjoy what I do. So I always want to be in production. I don't want to sell 50 homes a year, but I can sell 10 or 15 homes a year to my family or my closest friends in my sleep. I don't want to be out of that. I don't want to be out of production. It also helps me with boots on the ground, so to speak, kind of knowledge and information for my agents as they are having problems. If I haven't sold a house in 15 years, am I really an effective leader? Probably not. So for me, I don't want to come out of production. I always want to sell a few, not enough that I'm out there on the field taking the hits anymore, but I don't mind. The industry that I'm in, I actually love what I do. So my second point that is probably the reason these teams have sucked is the inexperience of the agents trying to start the team. This is something that I see so frequently, and if you've done this, don't take offense, but I see it so often. I see 2 agents who are sweet and nice and have each sold 8 homes and feel great that they've just learned a new profession and have said we should start a team, and they partner up together. I would say this. What do you have to offer? Number one, before you start a team, what do you have to offer from a professional standpoint? Not I really like people, not I'm a lot of fun to be around. From a professional standpoint, do you offer something to people? Can you teach them things? Not how to how to fill out a contract, right? That's pretty day one. Can you teach them business strategies? When you start a team, you are committing to people that you are going to help them feed and house their families. That is something I don't think a lot of agents take into account when they go that route. I just want to partner with somebody. I want to be around fun people. You are promising, if you join my team, I'm going to give you the training, the tools, the equipment to be able to feed your family. If you are not ready for that responsibility, you might not be ready for a team. That is cold, hard facts. It is about more than just you. It's about a whole lot more than just having fun. It can be fun, but that's not what it's about. You're running a business at this point. So think about that before you get into building a team business. All right, number 3, prep and planning. Okay, we're being brutally honest here. This was probably the number one reason I should not have started a team when I did. I had no prep and no planning. Now, to my defense, I knew I was not ready. I knew that one day I wanted a team. I joined a company or firm where I had the ability to kind of do my own thing without having to have that brick and mortar, without having to have that in place. I never wanted a broker's job, never wanted a broker's license. I'm not a compliance guy, I'm a sales guy. I want to teach you how to sell homes. Get out there, go sell some homes, rah, rah, let me get you fired up. Let's go make some money. I don't care if you filled out the contract right and checked the right boxes, and that's not me, that's not my personality type. So I found a model that allowed me to do that. Where I am right now allows me to do that, to run my team the way that I want and to outsource that broker side of it, so to speak. So it's all the pros and very few of the cons, or none of the cons. So it works really well for me. But what happened with me is my wife and I went to a firm with this model, and within a few months, a lender partner of ours called us up, said, hey, got these 2 girls. One's been licensed for about a year. The other just got her license. They don't like where they are. They're looking for a team. I know you're looking to start one up. I'm not ready. It's like, yeah, that sounds great. Send them to me. I hang up the phone. I'm not ready. I have nothing. I have no infrastructure. I have nothing ready to go with this. I thought I was probably a good 6 months out from even really starting that. But, you know, the way we are, we see opportunity, we're gonna go at it, right? If you're not, you're probably not this far down in this video. If we see the opportunity, we're gonna get at it, we're gonna figure it out. That's the mindset, that's the type of individuals that we are. So, lucky for me, I'm in a firm where there is a downline, so I call up someone, the person who really helped me kind of see the vision of the firm in the first place. I said, hey man, you got a second? He says, well, I'm in an airport in Charlotte. I'm on my way to a speaking gig. What do you need? I said, you know how I was thinking about starting a team one day? Well, I got these 2 folks who want to join, and I got nothing. I'm not ready. He said, okay, cool. You want my team agreement and my pay plan? Yeah, that'd be awesome. He said, cool. Check your email in about 10 minutes. I'll have it over to you. Right off the bat, everything I needed set to go. Now I went through that. Mine looks nothing like his. But what that did, what that type of firm and that type of support, you know, that's, a lot of you know that is not something that you see at every firm out there. But that type of support allowed me to make the changes, to give me that infrastructure that I needed, that foundation that I needed to make the changes. No, he does it this way, I don't want to do it that way, so we'll change the wording to do it this way. But it got me started. So I did not have the planning in place. That is something that I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. There are multiple types of teams. There are the ones we talked about a little while ago where it's 2 friends that just decide to start a team. And what does that mean? Do we share in marketing expenses? Do we share in this and share in that? I don't see those work out too very often, much more than a couple of months. I'm not saying there are not some cases. By all means, DM me if there are. But more often than not, I see those tend to fall apart faster than not. There are team models where the team leader kind of does most of the business and you know, gives the morsels, the tiny nuggets to the agents that they don't feel like working. My team model is that I want to lift up the agents around me. I more want to fade into the shadows. I don't really want to be on the field taking the hits as much. As I said, I still want to sell some homes, but I want to come back from quarterbacking. I want to get a little more on the sidelines into the coaching role and coach the team, you know, out there taking the hits and getting the wins. So that's my team model. Yours may be different, but you need to decide that now. And number 4, yeah, I know I said I was doing 3, shut up. Understanding and preparedness. You need to understand exactly what your goal is. You can shift down the road if you have to. And I would say that there needs to be some flexibility, but the more you can figure out of the direction of where you really, to have that vision earlier than later will really, really help you. Coming from experience, I started before I intended to, and it was a runaway train before I knew it. We grew faster than expected. We were selling homes. Things were fantastic until they weren't. Then we had to kind of back up, regroup. The market crashed, and we had to do some things to kind of reinvent and to rethink the direction we were headed. To get some systems in place that I should have from the beginning, but I didn't need them. It was working. Why mess with it, right? Until it wasn't. So I would say that. And one last tip, even if things are going well early on, take it from me, that's not quite the time to start taking off and feeling like, man, this is just going. That's your time to start fine-tuning those processes. You do need processes. We may be going into a few pretty good years here. So if you decide to start a team right now and things start to roll, do not think that that's the way it will be forever. Take your time right now and get your processes. Feel blessed, right? Feel happy that you are doing well, but don't take that extra time too quickly. Invest it back in your business and get those systems in place, because when the tough times hit, and they always come back around, that's when you will find those holes in your boat that you didn't know you had. Listen, if this is you and you are having a struggle trying to figure this out, I'd be happy to get with you, get you a copy of my team agreement as well as our pay plan. And I'll even help you with some infrastructure. Just comment team, and I'll be happy to reach out.